187 points as a junior. 367 rebounds, 352 assists, which is number 4 in assists in their history. And he has also had the first triple-double in Rose-Hulman history earlier this season against Defiance. Junior Trey Wirtz and senior John Zarnecki are trying to join the club as they're each scoring at 9 points per game, and junior Eli Combs is coming in averaging 7 points per ball game. Now, as a team, though, Rose is down from where they were a year ago. Last year at this time, after 12 games, well, they were 8-4. They averaged 73.3 points per ball game, and they're giving up 73 points per game. The last time these two teams met were on January 23rd, 2019 over in Terre Haute when Rose came away with a 15-point, 67-52 win. They out-rebounded the Mount 39-21 and committed just 9 turnovers in the ball game. In the first meeting on January 10th, Mount St. Joseph ended up losing the ball game in that contest also. But Mount St. Joseph does lead the all-time series between these two teams 15-13. However, Rose has won the last 3, but prior to that, the Lions had won 6 of their last 7. Rusty Lloyd in his 6th year as head coach of the Fighting Engineers, 84 wins, 59 defeats. He led the team to its 5th consecutive winning season and 5th straight Heartland Conference Tournament appearance last year. He's got 3 17-win seasons in his first 5 years as head coach. And Toby Kerrigan, well, he's got a career record in 9 years of 118 wins and 104 career defeats. I'm Dave Mitchell. We'll be back with more of our pregame show as we get ready for the second game of our double dip, Rose-Hulman and Mount St. Joseph after this timeout.
At Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers, we utilize ink analytics, our plastic surgeon-developed diagnostics. Our exclusive ink analytics system lets us measure your tattoo against more than 60,000 treatments completed by our team. Reviewing over 40 unique factors about your skin and tattoo, ink analytics is able to predict the number of treatments you'll need to remove your ink, taking the guesswork out of tattoo removal. Because we're so confident in ink analytics, we guarantee our results, which means if your ink is gone before 8 treatments, we will prorate and give you money back. And if your ink is not gone in 8 treatments, we'll continue to treat you at no cost or up to a year. That's the Invisible Ink Guarantee.
Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers works with integrity. Using the innovative Pico Way laser technology, Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers is on the leading edge. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling them at 866-219-0672. Back here at the Harrington Center, I'm Dave Mitchell. Glad to have you along this afternoon on UltimateSportsTalk.com as we have got the second game of our doubleheader coming up here this afternoon in the men's game where Rose-Hulman will be taking on Mount St. Joseph University, and it is starting to get filled up very well here today at the Harrington Center. The winner of our first game was the Mount St. Joseph women as they broke an 18-game losing streak to Rose-Hulman, 47-29 in their contest this afternoon. Meanwhile, there's some other games going on in the Heartland Conference, and before we take a look at those, let's take a look at what happened on Wednesday night around the conference in men's basketball. A really good one that went on in Defiance where Bluffton just edged the Yellow Jackets 68-64 on Wednesday night. Anderson defeated Manchester 65-54. It was Rose-Hulman, as we told you, in overtime, just dominating the overtime period and winning the contest over Earlham 81-69. And Franklin upset Transylvania by 3, 84-81. So the conference standings heading into this afternoon's action, Franklin and Anderson are each at 4-1 on top of the standings. Then comes Hanover, Bluffton, and Rose, all at 3-2 in second place, just a game behind Franklin and Anderson. Defiance and Transylvania, along with Manchester, are at 2-3. Then comes the Mount at 1-4, and Earlham is at 1-4, holding up the bottom of the Heartland Conference. So today, in basketball action around the Heartland Conference, a lot of games going on, and They're all going to get underway at about the same time. Bluffton is playing at Hanover. Defiance is in Transylvania this afternoon. That one's going to be one that we need to keep our eye on. But here's the big one, Franklin and Anderson. That game's going to tip off here in just a few minutes. Franklin and Anderson are both tied for first place in the conference. Then Manchester will play at Earlham, and that comes up almost the same time that this one gets underway here this afternoon. Now in women's basketball today, we'll give you the final scores of what happened today. Franklin defeated Anderson 68-62. This is women's action. It was, as we told you, Mount St. Joseph winning easily in their ball game. And Transylvania won their contest over Defiance by a final score of 76-45. The other final scores this afternoon, Earlham defeated Manchester 75-48. Bluffton and Hanover just getting underway in women's college basketball. It's Rose-Hulman 6-6, 3-2 in the Heartland Conference, taking on the Mount St. Joseph Lions 3-9 overall and 1-4 in the Heartland Conference. I'm Dave Mitchell. We'll be back with more on our pregame show after this timeout. Decided a tattoo you had done isn't for you anymore, but you don't want to go through the long, tedious, and sometimes painful removal process? Now you can have it removed using the innovative Pico Way laser technology from Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. They're on the leading edge of tattoo removal. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling 866-219-0672. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB co-host. Dan Benjamin joining us here just before this afternoon's ball game. Winner of this afternoon's contest in the first one, 47-29 over Rose-Hulman. Dan broke an 18-game losing streak to Rose-Hulman. Did you know that?
No. I knew it'd been a while, though, Dave, and unfortunately for Rose, we're down a little bit this year. He's always had a great club. At one point, he won 36 straight conference games. And, a lot of people look at these streaks. I didn't. I'm just trying to get our girls to play. And we haven't got to where we're capable of being that team that can finish 4 quarters. And I think once we get there, we're going to be pretty dangerous. But I'm hoping it comes sooner than later. So
it's amazing how everybody looks good when you shoot the ball well, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. We always talk about how are we going to play when things are broke. When everything's going your way, you're all happy as joy. But, when things are broke, how are you going to fix them and make them better?
And everything looks good when you're shooting the basketball. I'll tell you one thing, Chloe Jansen, have you ever seen her that hot, even in practice?
Yes,
okay.
In practice and in high school. We talked this past week a little bit, and I know my assistant, Abby, got on and told her to start breaking out. I went up to her and told her, I said, Chloe, you need to play the way you're capable. I said, play and take what they give you. I said, I brought you in because I knew you could play this game, and you're being tentative because you want to be robotic in my offense. I said, get the ball and let's go. Nobody's going to stop you. Let's go. She did a great job. 19 points. I think she had 8 boards, 5 assists, 5 steals, something like that. It was crazy. She did a great job of pushing our offense and getting us in it a little bit better and finding the open shooter as well.
And we're starting to see the real Mackenzie Markham over the last couple of games,
absolutely, too. Absolutely. Kiz has grown a lot. She sat back, was struggling early on and told us to just be patient. It'll happen. And she went 7 for 7 on Wednesday night, which was amazing. And then today, she only had 6 or 7 points, but she had like 3 or 4 assists, I believe. That's it. That's what I want out of my players.
Big game here today. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you. We needed it.
Yeah, you did. Dan Benjamin, the head coach of the women's Lions basketball team, as they up their mark. They won their second conference game here this afternoon. We're just minutes away from the tip-off of this afternoon's contest. Let's continue on taking a look at this afternoon's ball game between Rose-Hulman and the Mount St. Joseph Lions. The Fighting Engineers come into this afternoon's ball game with a record of 6-6 overall, but they're a lot better ball club than that, folks. 3-2 in the Heartland Conference. Rusty Lloyd, in his 6th year as head coach of the Engineers, are 84-59. They are 1-5 on the road. That's almost unbelievable. They're 1-0 on a neutral floor and 4-1 on their home court. They have won 4 consecutive games entering this afternoon's contest. They have defeated Bluffton, Wabash, Hanover, and Earlham, scoring 76.5 points per ball game and allowing 62.8 points per game. But that's because of what Craig McGee, Roger Bacon's standout former guard, has done for them. He has put this team on his back, and he has been outstanding throughout the year. They're shooting 48% from the field, 38% from three-point range, and 62% from the free throw line. The Lions, on the other hand, they're 3-9 overall, 1-4 in the Heartland Conference. Toby Kerrigan, in his 9th year, has led the Lions to just a 1-4 record at home here at the Harrington Center. Last year, the Lions had the worst home record under Kerrigan of 4-8. This year, they are 1-4 with 6 games left at the Harrington Center, and we had a chance to talk with Toby before tonight's ball game.
Toby, before this afternoon's ball game, first of all, I want to go back to Wednesday night just for a couple of questions. I thought they did a very good job of switching up their defenses, especially in the second half. How much did that really bother your offense in that ball game?
Well, a great amount. I mean, because obviously we were up when they went zone, and really struggled to not only get open looks. We got some open looks and didn't make them, but we weren't even getting open looks. They did a great job. When you play zone, man, and I've always thought it takes more effort to play zone than it does man, because you have to be really paying attention and really jumping to the ball. And they did a great job closing up gaps, and we didn't get in the middle very often. When we did, we had success, but we just went through such a long stretch where we couldn't score, and we weren't stopping them. And so it really changed the game when they went zone on us.
Now this afternoon you've got Rose-Hulman. They come in with an even record 6-6, but they're a lot better than that. What's been going on with them throughout the season that you've seen, Toby?
Yeah, they had a couple losses in conference where they just didn't shoot the ball very well. They've got guys that can shoot it, but they had a couple games where all at once everybody didn't make shots. And so, Craig McGee, their point guard, is so good. He's almost averaging a triple-double. But when you try to take it away from him and he throws it to open guys, they just didn't make some shots. And so they lost a couple games maybe they shouldn't have, but yeah, they're super talented. They got older guys out there that have won a lot of games, and they're huge, and they play hard, and their offense is efficient. So it'll be a tough matchup.
Is McGee at the top of his game right now?
He's making shots from everywhere right now, and when he's always really good at putting the ball on the floor and getting in the lane and finishing. He finishes with both hands. He's got a big body where he can take contact and score. When he starts making shots, and I'm talking about threes and even some deep threes, there's not a whole lot you can do because he is such a good ball handler. So if he's making shots and you got to get up on him, now you got to stay in front of him on the dribble. He's a handful.
And he's really kind of taking this team on his shoulders, hasn't he, right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they ask him to do a lot, and he produces. And so that's why he's one of the best players in this league, probably one of the best players in this region, because they ask him to do stuff, and he gets it done.
I asked you this question about Hanover. They're big across the front. Now you're facing a team in Rose that's equally as big across the front. Probably
bigger. They've got 3 guys that are 6'7", and their 4s and 3s are 6'5", 6'6". So yeah, they're big, and they're bigger than us. We'll have to try to keep it out of the post, and when it goes in there, we're going to try to get it out, and which means we're going to have to rotate quick and take away some of their shooters, and they've got those too.
So what's your top secret plan this afternoon to try to stop McGee?
Well, with a guy like him, you got to try to get it out of his hands. I mean, as much as you can keep it out of his hands and make other guys try to make plays, that's what we're going to try to do. The problem is when you're really good, you know how to get the ball back. If you give it up, you know how to get it back. And they do a great job of looking for him. When he doesn't have it, they're trying to get it to him. So, we're going to try to get out of his hands, try to keep it away from him, and try to make other guys beat us.
Students should be back today, so you need that home court advantage, don't you?
Yeah, it's always nice to have the students back. There'll be a few back. They're not all back, but it's always nice to play here in Harrington, and we always have nice support. So it should be good.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
This is a big game for both of these ball clubs, for the Lions to get back into conference play as they come into this with a 1-4 conference mark. Meanwhile, for Rose-Hulman, they want to continue along their merry way. They have won 4 in a row, and they are 3-2 in conference play, and they want to keep up with the Franklins and the Andersons and the Hanovers, along with Bluffton, at the top of the Heartland Conference standings. This one's going to be a good one. I'm Dave Mitchell. We've got the starting lineups, and the tip-off is coming up next on UltimateSportsTalk.com. We're 30 minutes away from the tip-off of this Lions game, so let's get set with the Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers pregame show. Brought to you by Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers at 119 Fairfield Avenue. You've been listening to the Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers pregame show. A look at today's Lions basketball game. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers, located at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Call 866-219-0672. Mount St. Joseph College basketball is next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
At Mount St. Joseph, we're on a mission to make sure every single student succeeds in their career. In fact, 98% of our undergraduates are working in their field within 6 months of graduation. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
The following is a special sports presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com. UltimateSportsTalk.com now presents Mount St. Joseph Lions College Basketball. Today's game is brought to you by Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers at 866-219-0672. And in part by the Wishbone Tavern on Delhi Avenue. Iron sharpens iron. Call now at 513-383-9773. The Mount St. Joseph University. And Minutemen Staffing in Cincinnati. Call 513-579-0010. Mount St. Joseph University College Basketball is a presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com. Now let's go to the floor for this Lions game. It's basketball time here from the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dave Mitchell. Glad to have you along today on UltimateSportsTalk.com as we have got the second game of our doubleheader here today between the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers at 6-6 on the year and 3-2 in conference play, taking on the Mount St. Joseph Lions at 3-9 overall and 1-4 in conference play. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's ball game. First of all, for the visiting Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers, Eli Combs will start at 1 forward. He's number 40, a 6'5 senior, averaging 7.3 points per ball game. Jacob Back, a 6'7 junior, number 5, will be at the other forward. In the middle is Terry Hicks, averaging 5.6 points per ball game, a 6'5 freshman center, number 30. And in the backcourt, it will be Michael Lake, number 10. He is a 6'2 senior. And at the other guard will be the MVP of the league, in my opinion, Craig McGee, number 15, a 6-foot junior, averaging 19 points a ball game. So it's Combs and Back at the forwards, Hicks in the middle, McGee and Lake at the guards. For Rusty Lloyd in his 6th year, 84 wins against 59 defeats. He is assisted by John Lester. Now for the Mount St. Joseph Lions. They will go with their usual starting lineup at the forwards. Devin Young, number 1, a 6'6 sophomore, averaging 12 a game, and so is Tanner Close, a 6'2 sophomore, number 2, averaging 12 a game. And then the 3-guard alignment, Brady Thomas, number 23, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 16. Peyton Metters, a 6'3 freshman, averaging 24. number 24, averaging 8.3 points per ball game. And Reese Thompson, averaging 3 points an outing, a 6-foot freshman, number 33 for head coach Toby Kerrigan. Young and close at the forwards, Thomas, Metters, and Thompson in the middle. Lions in their home white uniforms with dark blue numerals and yellow trim. Rose-Hulman in their maroon uniforms with white numerals and trim. It is Young in the center circle against Jacob Back. And the Lions, the tip goes into the backcourt. It is into Craig McGee's hands, and we are underway from the Harrington Center. Rose going from right to left across your computer screen. Combs has the basketball on the left-hand side to Michael Lake, who's wearing number 11 this afternoon, by the way. I apologize for that. Pass goes underneath, knocked away and out of bounds off the hands of Eli Combs, and the first turnover of the ball game committed by Rose-Hulman. Got a good crowd here this afternoon at the Harrington Center. The Roger Bacon High School team is here today with Brian Lane, their head coach, coming back to support Craig McGee. Rose-Hulman on the right-hand side. Peyton Metters against the man-to-man of Rose-Hulman. Feeds it off on the right-hand side to Young. Around a pick by Metters. Hands it off to Thomas to the free throw line. Gets it back top of the key to Young. Young with it on the left side to Reese Thompson. Thompson to the free throw line. Back out front to Close. Close, 7 on the shot clock. Drives the lane. Lays it up and in. Tanner Close gives the Lions the first lead of the ball game at 2-0. McGee up the floor, gets it on the left-hand side to Trey Hicks. Now between the circles to Back on the right side to Lake. Lake goes to McGee. McGee, sideline right, now dribbles it up. Boy, they want to keep the ball into his hands about 70% of the time. Double team, the Lions going to try to keep it out of his hands, though. They go to Back on the left-hand side to Combs. Combs, three-pointer left wing, got it. Combs gives Rose-Hulman the lead for the first time here this afternoon at 3-2, 18:42 left to go. Thomas the other way, 17-footer from the free throw line, no good, and the rebound taken down by Eli Combs. Gets it up the floor to McGee up the right-hand side, guarded by Brady Thomas around a pick. He's going to be double-teamed, feeds it on the right-hand side to Combs. Combs gets it underneath the back, put up the shot, no, rebound knocked around, ball loose on the floor, picked off the floor by Peyton Metters. Metters will lead the break the other way up the left-hand side, now to Reese Thompson. Drives baseline left, top of the key to Young for the all-alone three. Round the rim, no, and the rebound taken down by Terry Hicks. Hicks clears it off up the floor to Craig McGee into the front court. McGee on the left-hand side around a pick set by Back, and the ball knocked free, picked off the floor by Thomas all the way to the hole, laid it up and in. Brady Thomas with his first two after the turnover, and the Lions have regained the lead at 4-3, 17:45 left to go in this first half. On the right side is Lake, and a foul called underneath away from the ball, and it'll be against Rose-Hulman. So the Fighting Engineers, Jacob Back, committing a push-off underneath. That's his first, team's first. And Rose-Hulman immediately is going to go to their bench and bring in Max Chaplin. Chaplin, a 6'2 freshman, averaging just under 5 points per ball game. He checks in, and Craig McGee is going to leave the ball game. 4-3, Mount on top of it. Young hands it off to Close for the three-pointer right side. Got it. Tanner Close has got 5, and the Lions lead it by 4 at 7-3. Up the floor on the right side is Lake. Lake cross-court pass on the left-hand side, knocked away and stolen away by the Lions' Brady Thomas. Thomas will bring it up on the break all the way to the hole. Crossover dribble, lost the handle, regains control, ball loose on the sideline, and a foul is going to be called out of bounds, I believe. And it will be on Rose-Hulman, and I think it's going to be... Well, it looked like it was going to be on Jacob Back, but they're going to call it on Terry Hicks. The freshman picks up the foul. That is his first, team's second. And the Lions will have it out of bounds on the far side. Reese Thompson will inbound the basketball for the Lions in the front court, and he does to Peyton Metters. 17-10 left to go in the first half. Off to Devin Young. Young gets it off to Thomas. Thomas to the free throw line, to the right of the lane, lays it up and in. Brady Thomas with 4, and the timeout will be taken by Rose-Hulman, and you can just tell by his body language, Rusty Lloyd not happy with his team right now. 17:03 left to go in this first half. Your score, the Mount 9 and Rose-Hulman 3 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
At Mount St. Joseph University, our mission is to provide students with an affordable, world-class education in a safe, comfortable, private school setting. Nearly 100% of our incoming undergraduate students receive scholarships, grants, or financial aid. And with small class sizes and a 98% 98% undergraduate career placement rate, the Mount leads the way in educational value and student success. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community. Open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10. Well, Rusty Lloyd is going to make wholesale substitutions. This is the play-by-play man's nightmare. John Zarnecki, who got a lot of playing time last year and started a lot of ball games for Rose-Hulman, is coming off primarily off the bench now for the Engineers. He's into the ball game, and he inbounds the ball to Chaplin, and Chaplin will bring it across, and Rusty Lloyd is letting his assistant, John Lester, just give his Fighting Engineers an earful. On the right-hand side goes to Trey Wirtz. Boy, he's been outstanding as a freshman, averaging 7 points a ball game. Goes to Zarnecki. Zarnecki goes to Ram on the left-hand side. That's Samvit Ram. He's a 6'3 sophomore. We saw him a little bit last year. On the right-hand side, Chaplin. Chaplin pulls up right of the circle for two. Got it. Max Chaplin with two, and it's 9-5. Mount leads by 4. Up the floor, Thomas between the circles to Young. Hands it off to Metters. Metters looks for the three, but dishes it off to Thomas. Back to Metters, top of the key. Dribbles right side, back over to Thompson for the three-pointer right wing. Got it! Reese Thompson with his first three of the ball game. Lions lead it by 7 again, 12-5. Up the floor is Chaplin. Chaplin goes to Zarnecki. On the right wing, Sam. Sam looking down low, and he's going to feed it down low to Trey Wirtz. Wirtz all alone from the right side, laid it up and in. Trey Wirtz with his first two, 12-7 as we go back and forth here from the Harrington Center. With his Devin Young. Young hands it off to Thomas to the free throw line, kicks it off to Metters right side, back to Thomas, left of the lane. Top of the key, Young, all alone, three by Young, got it. Devin Young with his first three, and it's 15-7. Lions lead it by 8. Up the floor is Zarnecki, off to Hicks, that gets it off to Sam, left wing three, no good, rebound tapped around, comes down into the hands of Devin Young. Young will clear it off up the floor to Brady Thomas, and he'll bring it up with 15 and a half remaining to go in the first half. Young hands it off to Close to the free throw line to the lane, laid it up and in. Close has got 7 in the ball game, and it's 17-7. Lions lead it by 10. On the right side is Zach Callahan. Callahan had the ball stolen away. Third turnover of the ball game by Rose. And it's a 10-point lead, and the Lions have the basketball. Young between the circles. Young hands it off to Thomas again. Around a pick by Young to the free throw line. The lane opens up. He drives the lane. Reverse layup with the right hand. Nope. And the rebound is going to be taken down by Max Chaplin. Gets it up the floor to Sam. Sam into the front court. Around a pick on the right-hand side by Wirtz. Sam picks up the dribble. Gets it down low to Zarnecki. Zarnecki double-teamed in the corner. Back out front. Goes on the left wing to Chaplin. Chaplin for the three. Drilled it. Boy, Max Chaplin has come in and added a couple of buckets for 5 points, and it's a 7-point. Mount St. Joseph leads 17-10, 14:25 to go in the first half. Young, top of the circle. Dribbles to the right wing. Bounce pass right of the lane to Close. Inside the lane, double team. Put it up with the left hand. Good! Tanner Close is playing like Eric Edwards, who we just saw before the ball game earlier tonight. He's got 9, and it's 19-10. With it is Wirtz. On the right-hand side, it goes to Callahan. Callahan with it. Back out front to Sam. Sam on the left wing, Chaplin. To Wirtz, left of the lane. Wirtz double-teamed in the corner. Dribbles down to the baseline. Gets it back out front to Sam. Feeds it around to Callahan. Right baseline three. Won't go, and the rebound knocked around. Taken down by Peyton Metters. Metters with it up the left-hand side. 13:40 to go in the first half. Young has it between the circles. Young dribbles down to the right side, bounce pass to Close, right of the lane, spins to the baseline, put it up, looked like he got hammered, no call, and rebound pulled out of the air by Sam, and Toby Kerrigan is going to give up and get the official an earful. Top of the key, Sam, on the right side, Callahan. Callahan looking underneath for Wirtz, but he's being fronted by Metters. Gets it back to Sam, now back over to Callahan on the right side. Callahan outside the three-point arc. Boy, a lot of bumping going on underneath. To Wirtz, cross-court pass to the left corner to Sam for three, got it. Nice ball movement by Rose-Hulman. Sam has got his first three, and it's 19-13. Lions with a 6-point lead. Young hands it off to Thomas. Thomas stops, goes to the left-hand side, dribbles left of the lane, threw it up off the glass and rim. Nope. And the rebound taken down by Sam. Sam gets it off to Chaplin, and Chaplin will bring it across into the front court. Chaplin hook pass on the right-hand side, and it goes to Wirtz. Now top of the key, Zarnecki. Zarnecki holds it up. Now gets it on the right-hand side, chased down on the sideline by Callahan. Callahan feeds it on the right baseline to Chaplin. He dribbled it off his knee and out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to the Lions, and they'll come in with Cedric Woods and Joel Day, and sitting down Tanner Close, Reese Thompson, and Brady Thomas. And Avery Paddock has come into the ball game now for the Lions. And now Rusty Lloyd is going to send back in his starting unit for Rose-Hulman. And they've got the basketball. The Lions have the basketball to Metters for the three-pointer right of the circle. Put it up, no good. And Craig McGee, who's averaging 8 rebounds a ball game, has got his first here this afternoon. McGee, between the circles, double-teamed out near the timeline. Gets a pass out top to the free throw line. And that is to Vuk Zurich. Zurich then threw the ball over the head. Down low. And out of bounds over Taylor Heil. So it's 19-13 after the turnover. That is 5 tonight so far on Rose-Hulman. Paddock has it on the right side. Down in the right corner to Joel Day. Back out front to Paddock. Between the circles, it goes to Devin Young on the backdoor pass to Avery Paddock, and it went right through him and out of bounds. So that's the second turnover of the night against Mount St. Joseph, 19-13. And that is not something that the Lions need, is a turnover fest. And Toby Kerrigan's giving the official an earful, and the official giving it right back to him as he walks up the floor. McGee up the right side. McGee on the left-hand side. It goes to Lake. Lake all the way to the hole with the left hand, laid it up and in. Michael Lake with his first two, 19-15. Rose has cut the lead down to 4. With it is Devin Young. Young gets a pass over on the right-hand side to Metters. Back to Cedric Woods, left of the lane. Woods kicks it back out to Young, top of the key. He'll dribble to the free throw line. Left wing to Woods for the 3. Hit the side iron, no good. Almost pinned it against the backboard, and the rebound taken down by Terry Hicks. Hicks gets it up the floor to McGee. Behind the back dribble into the lane. Throws up the shot, no good. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Craig McGee as he ran over the top of Peyton Metters. Craig McGee with his first personal. That's the third against Rose-Hulman as a team. 19-15 your score. 11:05 left to go. Devin Young's going to get a breather now, and Tanner Close comes back into the ball game. Cedric Woods brings it up the floor, gets it off the Close sideline left, now on the right side of the front court to Joel Day. Bounce pass to Paddock, right of the lane. Paddock back over on the right-hand side to Joel Day, to the left side of the lane, back out to Woods. Woods with it, one dribble, back to Paddock between the circles. Paddock hands it off to Tanner Close, top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Back to Close, Close top of the key for the two-pointer, no good. Rebound chased out long, and it'll be chased out near the sideline by Zurich. So Zurich grabbed the rebound, gets it to McGee up the floor. McGee in the front court, in the center circle, kicks it off to Hicks on the right-hand side. Hicks back out to McGee between the circles. Goes over on the left-hand side to Lake. Left of the lane is Zurich, and a foul is going to be called underneath on the pass made by McGee. And that's going to be on Joel Day. Joel Day with his first personal. And that's the first against the Lions as a team here this afternoon. McGee will put it in play left of his own bucket. McGee triggers it into Lake, 17-footer left wing, no good. And the rebound taken down, though, by Rose-Hulman. In the lane, putting it right back up and in is Eli Combs. Combs with the offensive putback. He's got 5. And it's 19-17. Rose has cut the lead from 10 down to 2. Woods left of the lane. Now backs it out left side of the front court. Over to Metters. Metters top side. Hands it off to Paddock. And then traveling violation is going to be called on Peyton Metters. And boy, Toby Kerrigan is really close to getting teed up. He is not happy with the way the officiating is going right here. That time Metters looked like he got hit in the jaw with a shoulder. And that's what caused him to walk with the basketball, and that's what Toby was giving the official an earful about. McGee will bring it up. Rose can tie it on this possession. They get the ball underneath Combs. Combs lays it up and in. Good high-low action, and Rose-Hulman has erased a 10-point lead, and they've tied it up at 19. The Mount going through one of those droughts that they go through almost every ball game. On the left-hand side, Tanner Close, back to Metters. On the right side, Brady Thomas. Thomas gets a pass down on the right baseline to Paddock, backing in, back to Woods, top of the key, Thomas, left wing Close. Close down into the left corner to Metters. Metters with 9:20, 10 on the shot clock. Gets it back out to Paddock. Paddock hands it off to Thomas. Thomas to the free throw line. Got the ball knocked free by McGee. Thomas got it back. He's got to throw it up, and a foul is going to be called on Hicks, and that'll bail out the Lions at the shot clock buzzer, and it'll be a 3-shot violation as Thomas was trying to put up a shot at the end of the shot clock. Boy, what a big call against Hicks. That is his second, and the fourth against Rose-Hulman as a team, and Thomas will go to the line shooting 3. And he puts the first one up and good. Brady has got 5 in the ball game, comes in shooting 75% from the stripe this year. Puts that one up and it's good. He's got 6 now. Devin Young's going to come back in. Avery Paddock will sit down. Max Chaplin back into the ball game. Hicks will have to sit down for the Engineers as he has got 2 personal fouls now. Line right Thomas for the third of 3. Put them all in. Brady now with 7. Cedric Woods will leave the ball game. Reese Thompson is back in, so the Lions have got their starting lineup on the floor. Lake is on the floor now with Chaplin, McGee. Zurich is out onto the floor along with Combs. McGee left in the front court. Bounce pass to Lake between the circles. Lake gets a pass on the left-hand side to Chaplin. Chaplin looking underneath for Zurich. Gets it on the left block. Double team. Back out to Chaplin. Cross-court right wing to Lake. All alone for the 3. Got it. 5 points in the ball game for Lake, and he has tied things up at 22. Lions have got to make sure that they pick him up, because he's a dead eye from the outside. Top of the key, Metters. Gets it off to Thomas, left side with 8.5 remaining to go in the first half. Now to Thompson, top of the circle. Over to Devin Young. Now left-hand side to Thomas. Around a pick set by Devin Young to the free throw line. Kicks it off to Young, left wing, all alone. 3, got it! Young has got 6, and timeout taken by the Lions. It's going to be a full timeout. 8:17 to go in this first half of play from the Harrington Center in Cincinnati. Your score: Mount St. Joseph 25, Rose-Hulman 22 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538. Minutemen Staffing in Cincinnati has been helping companies large and small meet their production challenges for over 35 years. What makes Minutemen Staffing different? The people. Minutemen Staffing has learned never to take a customer for granted. We feel a sense of honor and humility giving you an opportunity to work. Learn what sets us apart from the other staffing agencies. Minutemen Staffing, located in Fairfield at 6600 Dixie Highway. Minutemen Staffing. Call today, 579-0010. 8:17 left to go in the first half of action from the Harrington Center. I'm Dave Mitchell, 25-22. Lions with a 3-point lead. Each team has used a full timeout here. Craig McGee will bring it up from right to left for the Fighting Engineers. Feeds it left-hand side to Chaplin. Underneath pass goes to Jacob back, and a foul over the top called on Devin Young. Devin with his first personal, and is just the second against the Lions as a team.
Wednesday night, the Lions will be back at home taking on first place Franklin. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 7, tip-off at 7:30. Inbounds pass, McGee makes it out near the timeline from underneath his own bucket, way out front to Lake, goes on the right side to Chaplin. Chaplin back outside to Lake, on the right side, Max Chaplin dribbles inside the arc to the right of the lane, and a foul is going to be called underneath, away from the ball, and that's going to be on the mount, and that's on Peyton Metters, his first, and the third against the Lions, with 8 minutes exactly to go in the first half. McGee will put it in play right at his own bucket this time, does to Jacob back, now off to Combs. Combs back out to McGee. McGee with the left-hand dribble feeds Chaplin left baseline from the corner for three. Got it. Chaplin has got 8 on 2 threes and a field goal, and we're tied up at 25. This time the third time in the ballgame. Thomas across the timeline into the front court. Double team, gets a pass over to Young. Left wing, 3, put it up, no good. Line drive off the back iron. Rebound comes down into the hands of Craig McGee. McGee will bring it up the other way to the line to the left of the lane. Stops, gets it off the back. Bounce pass on the right-hand side to Combs. Combs backing into the lane, put it up with the left hand. Push shot off the rim and iron, no good. A rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Rose, and it goes back to the Lions. 7:16 remaining in this first half. Lions and Rose tied up at 25. Thomas will bring it up the timeline into the front court. Gets it off to Devin Young, top of the circle. On a bounce pass to Brady Thomas. Underneath on a nice feed. Laid it up and in. Boy, Brady had to chase that pass down, but it was nice by Devin Young. Thomas with 9. Lions lead it again at 27-25. Back the other way. Comes back. He puts it up left of the lane. Put it up no good. Tipped up again. No rebound. Metters. Metters gets it out the timeline up the left-hand side. Now to Close. Close left baseline. Spins into the lane. Laid it up. No block from behind. A nice play and out of bounds. The ball will go back to the Lions. Eli Combs just blocked that shot by Tanner Close from behind, and it went out of bounds. 27-25. Lions lead it. And they've got the basketball, and now a foul is going to be called. And that's going to be on Max Chaplin. Never ceases to amaze me, all the banging that goes on when shots are put up, and then they call the little stuff during a dead ball. But that foul was called against Chaplin, and that is his first of the ball game. Top of the key is Young. Young hands it off to Tanner Close. Close with it. Gets it on the right side to Metters. 12 on the shot clock. Now out to Close. Close with the basketball. Gets a bounce pass to Thomas, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Michael Lake. And Rusty Lloyd is asking the official the same question that I just asked you. 27-25, shot clock reset to 20. 6:29 to go in the half. Brady Thomas will put it in play. Thomas inbounds the basketball, right corner to Close. Back out front to Thomas at the wing. He'll drive down to the right baseline, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Brady Thomas for pushing off on the backup 15-footer. On Brady, that is his first. And the fourth, against the Lions. And Toby Kerrigan and Rusty Lloyd just kind of give each other a look like, I'm not sure what's being called out there, but we'll figure it out sooner or later. McGee brings it up the right side. McGee double teamed on the right sideline. Kicks a pass over to Combs. Cross court to the left corner to Chaplin. On the left wing, Lake. Back to Chaplin. Left corner, 3. Hit the front iron, no. Back got the rebound offensively. Back, right of the lane. Backs in. Stops up and under. Feeds it off to McGee in the lane from 5. Got it. McGee with his first 2. And again, we're knotted up this time at 27. 5:49 to go in the first half. Young gets it off to Tanner Close, right of the circle for 3. Drilled it. Tanner has got 12, and the Lions have taken the lead again at 30-27. The other way comes McGee. McGee back to back, gets it back over to McGee. Now underneath the Combs, left of the lane, lays it up and in. Combs has got 9. The Lions have no answer for anybody big down low this afternoon. 30-29. They lead it by a point. Young gets it off the Close to the free throw line. Now back out to Young, top of the key for the 3 by Devin. No good. Rebound taken down by Tanner Close. Close gets it back out. Young, top of the circle. He's going to drive left of the lane. Kick it off to Reese Thompson, left baseline. 3, rattled it home. Reese Thompson has 6 in the ball game. Lions lead it by 4. 33-29, 4:55 to go in the half. McGee on the left sideline in front of the Lions bench. Bounce pass goes to Combs. Cross court to Lake on the right-hand side. Boy, they do a great job of finding the open man on the opposite side of the floor. Lake in the lane from 12, got it. They really work the ball well and find the double team, the open man out of the double team. 33-31, up the floor, Young. Young with it on the right side, hands it off to close to the free throw line, pulls up, back to Young, top of the circle. Young dribbles down to the wing, gets it to Metters. Metters to the free throw line, to the right elbow, right wing to Young, to the right baseline, kicks it off to Brady Thomas, left corner. He gets it back out front, knocked free, stolen away by Rose-Hulman. They get the ball up the floor to McGee on the run. The Engineers on the run. Now they'll back it out as the Lions get back in transition defense. McGee with the right-hand dribble, right sideline, guarded by Tanner Close. Between the legs dribble, McGee on the right side, but Close sticks right with him. Now double team, right corner, it goes to Combs for the three-pointer, right corner, got it to go. Combs has got 12 on his second three of the afternoon, and Rose has regained the lead at 34-33. Into the front court, Thomas, 3:40 left to go in this first half. Gets it off to Peyton Metters. Metters, top of the circle with the left-hand dribble, kicks it off to Tanner Close, left wing. Boy, the Lions really overloaded on the left side of the front court. Now to Young, top of the key for the three. Hit the side iron, nope. And the rebound taken down by Michael Lake. Lake will get it up the floor into the front court and now hands it off to Craig McGee inside the center circle. McGee, top of the key with 3:19, and he looks a little gassed, to be honest with you. McGee, double team. Of course, he's been fighting a double team throughout the entire first half. Lake, right wing, three, hit the front iron, nope. The rebound, Tanner Close had it, lost it, picked up by Chaplin, put it up, no, and the rebound taken down by Devin Young. Young gets it off to Brady Thomas, and he walks right in front of Toby Kerrigan, and he'll bring it across the timeline into the front court after getting the play from Toby. Thomas on the left wing outside the arc. Thomas looking outside, now goes to Reese Thompson. Thompson with the basketball, top of the key to Devin Young. Young on the left-hand side to Thomas. 7 on the shot clock. Now gets a pass to Metters. Metters left of the lane, lost the handle, picked off the floor by Craig McGee. McGee, after the fifth turnover, up the floor to Chaplin. Now gets the ball to back, and he laid it up, and that's a walking foul. Walking violation called against back. So the turnover gives it back to Mount St. Joseph. Brady Thomas will check out of the ball game. Cedric Woods comes in with 2.5 left to go in this first half of action. 34-33. Rose with a 1-point lead, but the Lions have the basketball back. That is 7 turnovers in this first half against Rose compared to 5 against the Lions. With it is Close, top of the key on the right wing. Thompson back to Close, left of the lane, dribbles inside, bounce past the left baseline to Metters. Metters, an offensive foul. Wow! Offensive foul called against Peyton Metters. Boy, oh boy, Metters picks up the foul. That is his second. 2:16 left to go. That was questionable at best. At worst, an atrocious call. 34-33, 2:10 to go in this first half. McGee with it between the circles, gets it back out front, and it goes to Wirtz, who's back into the ball game now. Wirtz kicks it off to Chaplin, left baseline 3, got it. Boy, he's a killer from that area. He's got 11 in the ball game, and it's 37-33 Rose in a high-scoring first half. Devin Young with the basketball on the right wing. It goes to Reese Thompson. Thompson looking underneath. Now goes back out front to Young. 15 on the shot clock. Young dribbles right of the lane. He's going to lay it up with the right hand. Good! Devin Young has got 8 in the ball game. 37-35. Rose by 2. Up the floor, Chaplin. Between the circles, it goes to Zarnecki, who's checked back in. Underneath Wirtz. Wirtz back to Zarnecki. Lost it on the baseline. He's underneath. It's got to be 3 seconds, and he lays it up and in. Zarnecki's got his first 2, 4-point Rose lead again, 39-35. Woods up the floor to Young. Young on the left wing goes to Thompson. Wall alone, left baseline for the 3, no good, and Craig McGee takes down the rebound. Lions going cold at the worst possible time that they could do it. McGee will bring it across the timeline into the front court. McGee gets it off to Wirtz. Wirtz hands it off to Lake. Lake with the basketball on the left-hand side to Wirtz, left of the lane. Wirtz with it, backing down inside. Put it up with the left hand, up and in. Trey Wirtz has got 4. And it's 41-35. We're under a minute to go, 45 seconds to go in this first half. Lions down by 6 in the ball game. With it is Tanner Close, now off to Metters. Metters bounce pass, left of the lane, it goes to Young. Guarded by Zarnecki, spins to the baseline, put it up, no good. And the rebound taken down by Chaplin. Chaplin, as the shot clock and the game clock the shot clock now is off, and there's 20 seconds to go on the game clock. McGee with it inside the circle. Rose is going to hold it up for the last shot of the first half. They hand the ball off to Chaplin. Chaplin gets it over on the left side to McGee. McGee looking around a pick by Zarnecki, and a foul is going to be called on Devin Young. Devin Young with his second personal, and that's the 6th against the Lions as a team. Both teams are in the bonus now, but there's just 6 seconds to go. McGee will put it in play on the far side. Does to Zarnecki. Handoff back to McGee. McGee double team left wing. He's going to have to pull up for the long three. Hit it off the iron. Nope. And that's the end of the first half of play here from the Harrington Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. And your score at the end of the first 20 minutes of action. It is Rose-Hulman 41, Mount St. Joseph 35. I'm Dave Mitchell. We'll be back with our halftime show right after these timeouts.
Decided a tattoo you had done isn't for you anymore, but you don't want to go through the long, tedious, and sometimes painful removal process? Now you can have it removed using the innovative Pico Way laser technology from Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. They're on the leading edge of tattoo removal. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling 866-219-0672. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers.
At Mount St. Joseph University, our mission is to provide students with an affordable, world-class education in a safe, comfortable, private school setting. Nearly 100% of our incoming undergraduate students receive scholarships, grants, or financial aid. And with small class sizes and a 98% undergraduate career placement rate, the Mount leads the way in educational value and student success. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community. Open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10. Decided a tattoo you had done isn't for you anymore, but you don't want to go through the long, tedious, and sometimes painful removal process? Now you can have it removed with integrity and zero judgment at Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers.
At Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers, we utilize ink analytics, our plastic surgeon-developed diagnostics. Our exclusive ink analytics system lets us measure your tattoo against more than 60,000 treatments completed by our team. Reviewing over 40 unique factors about your skin and tattoo, Ink Analytics is able to predict the number of treatments you'll need to remove your ink, taking the guesswork out of tattoo removal. Because we're so confident in Ink Analytics, we guarantee our results, which means if your ink is gone before 8 treatments, we will prorate and give you money back. And if your ink is not gone in 8 treatments, we'll continue to treat you at no cost for up to a year. That's the Invisible Ink Guarantee.
Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling them at 866-219-0672. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. Lions are down on the scoreboard after having a 10-point lead. They're down by 6, 41-35. The stat story coming up next on UltimateSportsTalk.com. You're listening to Mount St. Joseph University basketball on UltimateSportsTalk.com. We're at halftime of today's game, so it's time for the Minutemen Halftime Report. Minutemen Staffing, located at 6600 Dixie Highway in Fairfield. We'll go back to the floor for the stat story and interviews for today's game after this from Minutemen Staffing. Minutemen Staffing wants you. Currently, Minutemen has more positions than workers. Are you in need of work? Maybe a change in direction? Were you laid off and need money to tide you over? Minutemen can help you out. In most cases, on a temporary to permanent work assignment. Many companies have realized the advantages of hiring all their workers through Minutemen Staffing. If you have warehouse, forklift, welding, general labor, or any other kind of industry experience, give Minutemen a call at 513-579-0010 or stop in at 6600 Dixie Highway in Fairfield to fill out an application. We'll put you to work within 24 hours. We go the extra mile to make sure your new position will be the right one. That's what separates Minutemen Staffing from the rest. With more than 35 years experience in the area, Minutemen Staffing can turn your life around. We're proud that we're helping put Cincinnati back to work. Minutemen Staffing, located in Fairfield at 6600 Dixie Highway. Minutemen Staffing, call today at 579-0010. Minutemen Staffing is an equal opportunity employer.
Dave Mitchell back at the Harrington Center. The Lions had opened up a 10-point lead at one point in this first half of action. They were ahead of it by 10 with 15:28 left to go, and then Rose-Hulman started coming back, and they've tied it up and gone up by 6 here at the half, 41-35. Lions being led in scoring by Tanner Close with 9, and the same 12 points going to Eli Combs to lead the way for Rose-Hulman here this afternoon. A couple of football games going on, just nothing out of the ordinary, just the NFL playoffs. San Francisco will be taking on Minnesota. That game coming up in just a little bit. And later on this evening, Tennessee will be at Baltimore taking on the Ravens. In Division I college basketball this afternoon, here's some scores that are going on. Number 1 Gonzaga is leading Loyola Marymount 31-20 with 2:44 left to go in the first half. With a minute left in the first half, Syracuse is beating number 18 Virginia 22-15. In final scores from today, Ohio State lost by 12 to Indiana 66-54. Villanova beat up on Georgetown 80-66. Auburn, 5th ranked in the country, won over Georgia 82-60. Dayton 88, University of Massachusetts 60. It was Kentucky beating Alabama 76-67 in their ball game. Kansas got beat by Baylor this afternoon. That's a semi-upset because Kansas was ranked 3rd, Baylor 4th, but Baylor won it over the Jayhawks 67-55, and Louisville beat Notre Dame 67-64 this afternoon. Also a final, Penn State fell to Wisconsin 58-49. Tonight, Texas Tech goes to West Virginia, Duke entertains Wake, and Boise State will be at San Diego State, while Oregon will entertain Arizona State. In the Heartland Conference, games that are going on right now, and there are 7 seconds left to go at Transylvania, and Transylvania is beating Defiance 90-83. A final score, Hanover defeating Bluffton this afternoon 63-44. A minute and a half left to go in the ball game, and Franklin is beating Anderson 73-60. And with 9 seconds to go before halftime, Earlham is beating Manchester by a score of 33-29. Lions lead it here, or I should say, Lions down on the scoreboard to Rose-Hulman. The Fighting Engineers leading it here at the half, 41-35. And I'll be back with the stat story for the first half when we return right after this.
Minutemen Staffing wants you. Currently, Minutemen has more positions than workers. Are you in need of work? Maybe a change in direction? Were you laid off and need money to tide you over? Minutemen can help you out. In most cases, on a temporary to permanent work assignment. Many companies have realized the advantages of hiring all their workers through Minutemen Staffing. If you have warehouse, forklift, welding, general labor, or any other kind of industry experience, give Minutemen a call at 513-579-0010 or stop in at 6600 Dixie Highway in Fairfield to fill out an application. We'll put you to work within 24 hours. We go the extra mile to make sure your new position will be the right one. That's what separates Minutemen Staffing from the rest. With more than 35 years years' experience in the area, Minutemen Staffing can turn your life around. We're proud that we're helping put Cincinnati back to work. Minutemen Staffing, located in Fairfield at 6600 Dixie Highway. Minutemen Staffing, call today at 579-0010. Minutemen Staffing is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, this one's been an entertaining game. It's a lot like the game that the Lions had on Wednesday night against Hanover when they were in the ball game up until about the 10-minute mark and then only had one field goal throughout the rest of the outing, and they ended up getting beat by 21. But this one here has got the same smell to it, if you want to put it that way. Rose-Hulman right now leading it by 6, 41-35. They're being led by Eli Combs with 12 points in the ball game in 13 minutes of play. He's 5 of 6 from the field, and he hit 2 3-pointers in the contest. Max Chaplin off the bench has 11 points on 4 of 6 from the field in 14 and a half minutes of play. Michael Lake has got 7 points in the ballgame on 3 of 5 from the field in 15 minutes of play. Trey Wirtz, 4 points. Samvit Ram has got 3 points. Zan Zarnecki, 2 points. And guess what? Craig McGee is being held 16 points under his season average. He's only got 2 points in the first half of action. As far as rebounds are concerned, Craig McGee is leading the way, though, for Rose. He's got 3 rebounds. Terry Hicks, Eli Combs, and Max Chaplin, along with Samvit Ram, each have 2 rebounds in the ball game. As far as turnovers are concerned, Rose-Hulman has turned the ball over 9 times to just 6 for the Mount here this afternoon. You want to know where the Mount is really being heard at? Off the bench scoring. Rose-Hulman right now has got 20 points off the bench, led by Max Chapman, who's got 11 of those 20 points in the first half of play. As far as the Lions are concerned, they're being led by Tanner Close, who's got 12 points in 18 and a half minutes of play, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range, and he grabbed a rebound in that first half. 9 points to Brady Thomas this afternoon in 14 minutes of play, 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line for those 9 points in the contest. 8 points to Devin Young on 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range in 18 minutes of play, 2 rebounds for Devin Young. And 6 points to Reese Thompson in 16 and a half minutes of play, 2 of 3 from the field. That is also 2 of 3 from three-point range. He does not have a rebound, but he did pick up an assist in the first half. Nobody else has scored for the Lions. Just Tanner Close, Brady Thomas, Devin Young, and Reese Thompson are the only 4 that have scored for the Lions, totaling up their 35 points here this afternoon. Rose-Hulman, 11 assists in the first half compared to just 8 for the Lions. We already told you the turnovers are 9 to 6. Rose-Hulman has committed 9 in the ball game. Rebounds, Rose has got 15 compared to just 8 for the Lions and only 1 offensive rebound. The Lions have only had 2 offensive rebounds in the last 3 halves of action. The last 60 minutes of basketball, folks, the Lions have only had 2 offensive rebounds on the night. And for Rose-Hulman, they've got 3 in that first half of play. Lions shot 13 of 26 from the field for 50%, 6 of 14 from three-point range for 43%, and they were 3 of 3 from the line for 100%. Rose-Hulman, on the other hand, they were 17 of 27 from the field for 63%, and that's because they were 7 of 12 from three-point range for 58%. They do such an outstanding job, folks, of finding the open man out of the double team. They do a great job of doing that, and the Lions are going to have to do a better job on weak side defense or confuse them somewhat with the defensive flow that they've got, because their big men do an excellent job out of the double team of finding the open man on the opposite side of the court, and they're not afraid to throw a cross-court pass from the wing on one side to the corner on the other side. The lead changed hands 3 times in the ball game, and it was tied up at 4 in the first half of play. But like I said, that 20-0 run by off the bench by Rose-Hulman, that is really the killer so far for the Lions in this first half of action. Because you look at the points in the paint, as big as Rose is, they've only got 16 points in the paint compared to 14 for the Lions in the first half of play. It's going to be a very promising second half. The next 20 minutes of action action coming up here with Dave Mitchell on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
You're listening to Mount St. Joseph University College basketball on UltimateSportsTalk.com. We're at halftime of today's game, and you've been listening to the Minutemen Halftime Report. Minutemen Staffing, located in Cincinnati at 6600 Dixie Highway. The second half is next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Hi, this is Morgan Freeman. Has anyone ever said you're the picture of health? You look healthy, you feel fine, but that may not be the full picture. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer of men and women over 50. Since it doesn't always cause symptoms, you may not know you have it. The only way to know is by getting screened. Screening can find precancerous polyps so they can be removed before they turn into cancer. This is one cancer you can prevent. Plus, screening can find colorectal cancer at an early stage when the chance for a full recovery is very high. Talk with your doctor and get tested for colorectal cancer. Medicare and many insurance plans help pay for screening. Get screened. Make sure you are the picture of health.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Welcome back to the Harrington Center. I'm Dave Mitchell as we're getting set for second half action in this Heartland Conference contest. We already told you Franklin defeated Anderson this afternoon, so Franklin is on top of the Heartland all by themselves. Rose-Hulman comes out with Eli Combs to start the second half of action. Jacob Back, Michael Lake, Craig McGee, and Terry Hicks, who's got those two personal fouls. Eli Combs leading the way for Rose-Hulman with 12 points. Max Chaplin off the bench has got 11. Lions will get the ball to start the second half of play. They're going to have Devin Young, Reese Thompson, Brady Thomas, Tanner Close, and Peyton Metters to start the second half of play. Lions will be going from right to left across your computer screen. They'll be setting up offense right in front of their head coach, Toby Kerrigan, and his assistant, Joel Scudder. Lions have the basketball, and we're underway in the second half here in Cincinnati. Brady Thomas all the way to the hole on the right side, right up and in. Brady Thomas has got 11 in the ball game, and it's 41-37. Lions cut the lead to 4. McGee comes the other way, got the ball taken away by Brady Thomas. Thomas will bring it up, gets a baseball pass up to Florida Metters all the way to the hole. Now kicked it off to the right side, saved on the baseline, though, by Craig McGee as he almost stole the ball, but right back into the hands of Metters. And now the official is going to talk to the outside official, wants to talk to the underneath official and see if McGee actually had possession of the basketball, I believe. Otherwise, the shot clock would reset to 30 instead of 20. And they're going to talk about this and decide if McGee actually did have possession of the basketball on the baseline, saving it inbounds. But they have a tough time trying to think that they're actually going to put the shot clock and reset it back to 30. But we'll see what they decide to do. And they're going to talk with John Luster and the assistant coaches for Rusty Lloyd. Let's see what they decide to do. And they're going to say McGee did have control of the basketball on the baseline, which means that the shot clock would reset to 30, so they're going to put it at 26. And the Lions will have it back on the near side in the front court. Thompson will inbound the basketball to Brady Thomas. So Thomas has it, bounce pass to Metters, top of the key. Metters clears it off to Devin Young, top side. Young with it, looking, now gets it off to Tanner Close to the free throw line, pulls up from 15, blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Jacob Back as he got just a little too much of the arm. And that'll send Tanner to the free throw line, shooting 2 shots. That's the first foul against either team. Just 44 seconds into the second half. Close, 12 points in the ball game. He hasn't been to the line yet in this one. He goes to the stripe shooting 75%. He gets that one to hang on the rim and fall. Tanner with 13 in the ball game. And it's 41-38. Second one by Close from line left. Got that one, nothing but net. He's got 14 in the ball game now. And it's 41-39. Lions have cut it down to 2 after coming in at halftime down by 6. The other way is McGee. On the right-hand side, it goes to Eli Combs. Top of the key back on the left-hand side, McGee. McGee back to Lake. Lake to the right elbow. Now backs it outside the three-point arc on the right side. And a foul is going to be called down low. And the foul will be called on Reese Thompson. Thompson with his first personal, and that's the first against the Lions as a team. 18:57 left to go in this second half, I should say. Inbounds pass made to Terry Hicks in the lane, and Hicks puts it up on the right side, up and in. Hicks with his first 2, and it's 43-39 Rose. Up the floor come the Lions. Young hands it off to Metters on the right side, Close. Back to Metters, top of the key. Dribbles left of the lane, outside to Thompson, top of the key, Young. Hands it off to Close to the free throw line. Left wing Metters, back to Close. Hooks pass out to Young, top of the key. 3, hit the back iron, nope. And the rebound taken down by Craig McGee. McGee's got 4 rebounds tonight. Up the floor on the right-hand side, McGee around a pick, set by Combs. Now dribbles on the left-hand side. Craig gets the top of the key. Hicks put it up from three-point range, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Jacob Back, and it will go back to the Lions. 18:14 left to go in the ball game. 43-39 your score. Bringing it up is Brady Thomas. Thomas on the left-hand side to Reese Thompson. Now to Metters, right sideline to Tanner Close, top of the key, Young. Young has kind of gone cold over the last 10 minutes of this game. Metters on the left wing now gets it back out to Brady Thomas. It was knocked free by Michael Lake, but Thomas chased down to the timeline. 7 on the shot clock. Thomas all the way to the hole, threw it up with the left hand, knowing he was knocked to the floor, and he'll go to the line shooting 2. And that's Jacob Back with the foul. That is his third and the second. Well, check that. They're going to say that's just his second foul on Jacob Back. So 17:48. We'll defer to the official scorer. Going line left is Brady Thomas. Put it up and in. Thomas has 12 in the ball game. He is 4 for 4 from the stripe this afternoon. Eyes the second one, spins it, shoots it, got him both. He's got 13 in the ball game. One behind Tanner Close with 14, and the Lions pull within 2 again at 43-41. McGee on the left side, double teamed as the Lions go with that trap. Pass out front, stolen away by Close. Close brings it up against McGee. He'll go all the way to the hole, lay it up and in. Close with 16 in the ball game, and we're tied up again, this time at 43. 17:25 to go in the contest. On the left sideline is Hicks. Hicks with one dribble, down on the left baseline to Combs, into the lane to Back, stolen away by Thompson. Thompson will bring it up the right-hand side as the Lions swarm inside defensively. They get it off to Thomas, top of the key, Young. Young hands it off to Close, to the free throw line, to the lane. Kicks it back out top of the key to Young, now down into the right corner to Metters, to the right side of the lane, put it up with the left hand, no good, and the rebound pulled out of the air by Wirtz. Now back taken away by Thomas. Thomas left wing for the 3, got knocked to the floor, no call, and they're going to call a flop, I believe, on Brady Thomas, as he tried to get fouled shooting the 3. There is no team in the league that has had the flop called against them more than the Lions. Not an accusation of anything, it's just the truth. Boy, we've seen that called more times this year against the Lions than anybody else. 43-43. With it is Combs. Top of the key, McGee. McGee and a foul away from the ball, and that's going to be a foul on who? Jacob Back again? It'll be Jacob Back for a moving screen. So John Zarnecki's going to check into the ball game for Rusty Lloyd's Fighting Engineers after the third foul called against Jacob Back. So the Lions will have the basketball after the turnover. 43-43, 16-40 left to go in this game. Thomas will bring it into the front court. Top of the key, Devin Young. Hands it off to Tanner Close to the right of the lane, to the free throw line. Now to Thomas. Thomas inside, goes up with the right hand on the right side. No good. Rebound Zarnecki. Zarnecki clears it off up the floor to McGee into the front court on the right side. Crossover dribble behind the back, and a foul is called on Tanner Close. Close will be hit with the foul. That is his first of the ball game, and the second against the Lions as a team. And now the Lions are going to use a timeout. It will be a 30. We'll keep it right here. 16:21 remaining to go in the ball game, and the Lions right now tied up with Rose-Hulman at 43 apiece. Elsewhere around the league, we've got a few scores going on in the men's Heartland Conference. We'll see if we've got any finals that are over right now. And right now we've got Franklin. They have won by 13 over Anderson. That is now a final. 77-64. 38-32, Earlham over Manchester with 14:49 remaining to go in that ball game. The other two games are finals. Transylvania defeated Defiance this afternoon 90-83. And Hanover won by 19 over Bluffton 63-44. After that timeout by the Lions, Rose-Hulman has the basketball back. They inbound the ball to Lake. Now to Zarnecki, dribbles left of the lane. Bounce pass right side of the lane on a nice feed. Eli Combs lays it up and in. Boy, Zarnecki found him underneath, and Combs laid it in for his 14th point of the afternoon. Rose takes the 2-point lead, 45-43. Close the other way to the free throw line. Hands it off to Thomas. Thomas kicks it back out to Close. He'll dribble left of the lane. Now top of the key to Devin Young. Young with the left-hand dribble. Hands it off to Close. That just stutter step. Gets it back out to Joel Day. Now to Close again inside the lane. He's going to put it up, and he's going to be called for the walk. That is 7 turnovers so far this afternoon on the Lions in the game. Make it 8, 8 compared to 14 for Rose-Hulman. 45-43, Rose with the lead in the basketball. McGee goes to Zarnecki. Dribbles down to the left wing. Off to Hicks, top of the key. Right wing to McGee. Underneath to Zarnecki, right of the lane. Put it up. No good. Rebound tipped up. And Rose tips it right into the hands of Joel Day. Day will bring it the other way as the Lions getting out-rebounded here, but they got away with one on that one. With it is Thomas up the left-hand side. Double teamed out front. Hooks a pass over to Devin Young at the three-point arc. Dribbles down to the left baseline. Left of the lane. Spins to the baseline. Put it up and in. Devin Young has got 10 in the ball game, and we're knotted up again at 45. Top of the key, Zarnecki on the right wing, McGee. McGee looking out front, gets it off to Hicks, dribbles left-hand side, left of the lane, into Zarnecki, put it up with the right hand. Nope, rebound, Joel Day. Day is controlling the boards over the last 30 seconds. He's the shortest man on the floor. Up the floor it comes to Close. Close top of the circle. Right wing to Young. Now back into the right corner to Day. Dribbles up left of the lane. He picks up his dribble, spins, gets it back off to Young. He'll drive the bucket, lay it up, got it to go, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Craig McGee, and the bucket will count. That's 12 on the afternoon for Devin Young, and Craig McGee gets hit with his second personal foul of the afternoon, and Young will go line left, shooting to complete the three-point play. Now Chaplin will come back in, and Callahan. Hicks will get a breather, and so will Michael Lake. So going line left will be Devin Young. He's got 12, and he's given the Mount a 47-45 lead with 14:36 remaining to go. Line left, Young, put it up and in. Devin with 13. Came in shooting 67% from the stripe. And that was his first trip to the line. Lions lead it by 3, 48-45. McGee the other way. Goes on the left-hand side to Combs, the left of the lane to Callahan. Back out to McGee. Top of the key for the three. Hit it off the front iron. No, and a foul is going to be called. And that's going to be on Callahan underneath as he came in and pushed off. Zach Callahan with his first personal foul. And that's the fourth. Check out the fifth against Rose here in the second half of action. 14-19 left to go in the ball game. Cedric Woods is into the contest now as Brady Thomas is going to get a well-deserved rest. Devin Young off to Tanner Close to the free throw line. Hands it off to Reese Thompson. Reese Thompson right of the lane, back out to Day. Day came back just Wednesday night after a 2-month miss with a sprained ankle. On the left of the circle is Young. Left corner is Cedric Woods. Not on the shot clock. Now to Young. Young back to Woods. Left corner. Dribbles left baseline. Back out top of the key to Young. All alone. Three. Got it! Lions really did a nice job of moving the basketball around. They lead it by 6, 51-45. McGee looking underneath for Zarnecki. Right in the lane, spins into the lane. Right-hand 5-footer, got it. Zarnecki has got 4 in the ball game, and it's 51-47 Mount. Woods is going to pull it back out, set things up near the center circle with Devin Young as Toby Kerrigan on the sideline orchestrating the offense. Hands it off to Reese Thompson. Thompson to the free throw line, now to close, drives inside the lane, put it up from 5, no good, missed everything, and Craig McGee pulled it out of the air. McGee now will bring it the other way with 13-10 remaining to go in the ball game. McGee right in front of the scorer's table, in front of the Rose-Hulman bench, now dribbles it back out to the free throw line, spins into the lane with the left, put it up off the glass, nope, but he's going to be fouled. Boy, Craig wanted that one all the way, and he was going to go to the hole no matter what. And he'll go to the line shooting 2 shots. That foul was committed by Cedric Woods. That's his first, and McGee puts the first one up on the rim, and it is good. McGee with 3 in the ball game. Combs will get a breather. And in is Vuk Zurich. Zurich, the 6'7 freshman, played a little bit in the first half. Second one by McGee is up. That one rattles home also. McGee has got 4 in the ballgame, 2 for 2 from the line, and it's 51-49. Lions lead it. We're under 13 left to go in the ballgame. Woods between the circles on the right side of the front court to Thompson. Gets a bounce pass to Young, now back to Thompson. Thompson dribbles with the left hand, left of the lane, kicks it off into the left corner to Metters. Now to Day, around the horn, it goes to Woods on the right side. Woods around a pick by Young. Gets it back to Devin. Right corner for the 3. Devin spun it in and out, no good. And Zurich chases down the rebound in the corner. He gets it up the floor to McGee up the left-hand side. McGee stop and go dribble to the top of the key. Hooks a pass underneath, knocked out of bounds by Joel Day. And the officials will confer, and it will stay with Rose-Hulman. 12:28 left to go in the ballgame. 51-49. A 2-point Mount lead. Putting it in play, McGee. Inbounds into the free throw line to Callahan. Dribbles right in the lane against Thompson. Laid it up. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. Picked up by Devin Young. Young gets it up the floor on the run to Day. Day left baseline to Metters. Lays it up. No. Boy, he got hammered. No call. And the rebound pulled down out of the air by Zarnecki. Zarnecki gets it off to McGee. He'll go to the line. He'll lay it up. Won't go again. And the rebound taken down by McGee. Back up. Hit the bottom of the rim. Taken down by Metters. Boy, a lot of hammering going on both ends of the floor, and the officials are letting it go. With it is Woods between the circles. Woods on the right of the front court. Hands it off to Metters on the left side of the front court today. Left wing it goes to Thompson. Thompson against the man-to-man. Back to Day. Top of the key. Gets it to Metters. Left wing. Metters to the free throw line. Spins into the lane. Stops. Puts it up with the left hand. Good! Lions need more of that out of Peyton. He's got 2. 53-49 Mount. 11 and a half to go. McGee, sideline left. Gets it off to Zurich. Zurich tried to get it in the middle. Stolen away by Metters. Metters will bring it the other way for the Lions, and now he'll hold it up in the backcourt, get it into the front court to Cedric Woods, and again, Toby Kerrigan will tell the Lions to just slow it down. McGee is on Woods, but he's going to play about 10 feet off of it. Woods, top of the circle, off to Metters, back to Cedric. Cedric looks underneath, gets a bounce pass to Devin Young, left of the lane on the baseline. Young, backing in, gets it back outside to Peyton Metters. Metters, top of the key, lobs a pass left corner to Thompson for the 3. No good. Rebound McGee. Lions got the open shot that they wanted, but just couldn't get it to go. McGee the other way to the line, right side of the lane. Back over to Zurich. He'll put it up from 10, in and out, and back in again. Zurich with his first 2. 53-51, Mount by 2. This is about the time of the Hanover game on Wednesday night that the Lions went completely dry. With it is Metters, top of the circle, back to Young, to the free throw line. Lost the handle, picked it back up, laid it up and in! 18 in the ball game for Young. Lions again by 4, and McGee is going to take a timeout, and Rusty Lloyd is giving Zurich an earful as he walks off the floor. 10:21 to go in the ball game. Your score from the Harrington Center. Mount St. Joseph 55, and Rose-Hulman 51 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we're on a mission to make sure every single student succeeds in their career. With one teacher for every 11 students, our world-class professors and career counselors will ensure that you not only graduate, but get placed in the career you dreamed of. In fact, 98% of our undergraduates and 100% of our graduate students are working in their field within 6 months of graduation. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Decided a tattoo you had done isn't for you anymore, but you don't want to go through the long, tedious, and sometimes painful removal process? Now you can have it removed using the innovative Pico Way laser technology from Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. They're on the leading edge of tattoo removal. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling 866-219-0672. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. 10:21 left to go in this ball game. Rose-Hulman, after that timeout, they will have they will have 4 left, and the Lions have 4 left also. McGee will have the basketball in the front court. He's going to put it in play just to the left of the scorer's table, and he does, or his bench, and he does to Zarniak, back to McGee on the left-hand side. It goes to Callahan, now to Zurich on the right side. McGee looking for a cutter underneath, finds Callahan, spins into the lane with the left hand, got it to go. Boy, he hit the bottom of the rim, but the spin motion on that ball put it right through the bucket. Callahan with his first 2, and it's 55-53. We've hit the halfway mark of the second half. Day on the left-hand side, now back to Young. Young clears it off to Thompson, top of the key. It goes to Metters, back out to Day. Day pulls up in the circle, now to Metters, left wing for the 3, hit the back iron, no good, and McGee's going to chase down the rebound in the corner. McGee brings it up from left to right into the front court. Guarded by Cedric Woods, now guarded by Metters out of the double team. Goes sideline left to Callahan. Callahan dribbles up near the center circle, hands it back off to McGee, and he'll reset the offense with 15 on the shot clock. It is 55-53 Lions. Left side, Zurich. Zurich's going to put up the 3. Left wing, he was all alone, and he got it. Boy, Zurich, he didn't want to take that shot, but he decided to and got it to go. And that gives Rose the lead at 56-55. Into the front court comes Joel Day. Now to Metters, left wing. Metters hands it off to Young. Young to the free throw line. Stops. Kicks it off to Metters at the right side. Metters with 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Between the circles, Payton goes right-hand side to Cedric Woods. Woods right of the lane to the free throw line. Back to Metters. Out front to Woods. Woods with 7 on the shot clock. Now to Thompson. Right wing 3. Hit it too hard. And the rebound taken down by Zarniak. Zarniak clears it up the floor to McGee. Stop and go dribble. Stops top of the circle to the top of the key to the right side of the lane. And a foul is going to be called on the Lions. And that'll be on Joel Day as he ran over the top of Craig McGee. That is his second and the 4th against the Lions as a team. Rose has 5. Cedric Woods will leave the ballgame. So will Reese Thompson. They both need to take a break. David Lures is coming into the ballgame now for Joel Day. David Lures has gotten very little playing time, but right now the sophomore is into the ballgame, and he's going to chase around Chaplin for a while. Chaplin has it left wing, goes left-hand side to Callahan. Callahan lobs it left of the lane to Zurich. Now back out top of the key. Chaplin gets it off the lake underneath the Zurich. Laid it up, no. Tipped again, no. Tipped up by Zarniak, no. Zurich got the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on one of the tips. And Rusty Lloyd is going face-to-face with one of the officials, and the other official comes to the scorer's table and calls the foul. Foul is going to be called on Metters after all of that gets done, and on Payton, that is his 3rd, and it's the 5th against the Lions, and going line right will be Zarniak. Zarnecki. Zarnecki goes line right, puts it up, got it. He's got 5 in the ballgame. And that makes it a 2-point Rose lead with 8:23 remaining. Second one by Zarnecki from line right. Puts it up, and it is short. Rebound, though. Zurich got the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Lake. Now top of the key, Chaplin. He'll dribble left of the lane all the way to the hole. Lay it up. No. Ball loose on the floor. Loose picked up by Zurich, and there's going to be a
jump ball or a timeout? It'll be a timeout taken by Rose-Hulman, and the official and Toby Kerrigan have a little disagreement as to whether or not Zurich ever had a hold of the basketball, and it'll be a 30-second timeout taken by Rusty Lloyd. That'll be his first 30 of the ball game. 8:12 to go in the contest. Rose-Hulman with a 57-55 lead by 2. And there's still a lot of basketball going, and Joel Scudder's going to talk to one of the officials, too, while that's going on. Rose has got 3 timeouts left, 2 fulls and a 30. Meanwhile, Mount St. Joseph has got 4 timeouts left. They've got 3 fulls and a 30, and Toby Kerrigan's almost out near the center circle arguing with the official that Zurich did not have possession of that basketball when he called the timeout. 12 on the shot clock. Rose will put it in play left of their own bucket. They inbound the basketball to Callahan, left of the lane against Metters, put it up, and it won't go. Rebound taken down by Devin Young. Young clears it up the floor to Brady Thomas, who's back into the ballgame. 8 minutes to go in the contest. Thomas, top of the key, to the left of the lane, to the left elbow, and a foul will finally be called. And that's going to be on Michael Lake, his first. That's going to put Rose at 6, and their next foul will send the Lions to the line for the rest of the game. Thomas will put it in play left of his own bucket. Thomas on the baseline, inbounds the basketball to Metters to the free throw line. Stops back out front. It goes to Lures, now back down underneath the Close, laid it up and in. Tanner Close has got 18. We're tied up again at 57. The other way is Chaplin. Craig McGee on the bench getting some well-deserved rest for the latter part of this football game. Out front, Zurich, right side, drives inside the lane, put up the shot. It goes out of bounds. What are the officials going to say? It's going to go out of bounds off of Peyton Metters, and they'll give it back to Rose with 15 on the shot clock. Terry Hicks will come back in for the Engineers. And leaving the contest is going to be Callahan. Putting it in play will be Chaplin. Chaplin inbounds the basketball to Hicks in the right corner, dribbles right of the lane, into the lane, put it up with the right hand from 10, no good. Rebound taken down, though, by Zurich, and Zurich puts it in. Zurich has got 7 in the ball game, and Rose has regained the lead at 59 to 57. 7:14 to go, and a timeout is going to be taken by Toby Kerrigan and the Mount St. Joseph Lions. 7:14 to go in the ball game. It's now Rose 59, Mount 57 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community. Open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Well, the next time these two teams play will be on Saturday, February the 1st. That'll be at 3 o'clock over in Terre Haute at Rose-Hulman. Of course, you're going to hear it here on Ultimate Sports Talk. Women's game will be at 1 o'clock that afternoon. We'll have both of them. The rest of the Saturdays will be doubleheader Saturdays. Lions, after that timeout by Toby Kerrigan, each team has 3 left, 2 60s and a 30, excuse me. Devin Young with it after the timeout, gets it back to Brady Thomas down by 2. Off to Devin Young, dribbles right baseline, and a foul is going to be called on a push-off on the way to the bucket on Zurich. And that'll send Devin Young to the line, shooting 2. Make it 1-1, excuse me. On Vuk Zurich, that is his first personal foul. 7:03 to go. Hicks is out of the ball game, and Craig McGee has come back in. David Lewis checks out. Reese Thompson has come back in. Going line left, Devin Young, shooting 67% from the stripe, puts it up and in. Devin with 19. Lions within 1, and Devin can tie it here with 7:03 left to go. Second one, good again. We're knotted up. Devin with 20 in the ball game, and we're knotted up at 59. 8th time tonight we've been tied. McGee brings it the other way. On the left-hand side, it goes to Chaplin. Hooks a pass underneath to Zurich. Out of bounds. Back to the Lions. Turnover on the play. That's 15 this afternoon on Rose-Hulman. We're knotted up at 59. The Lions have converted those turnovers into 16 points today. With it is Brady Thomas. 20 on the shot clock, and Thomas near the center circle. Goes left-hand side to Devin Young. Young, right side, now backs it out. Toby Kerrigan orchestrating the offense. Gets it back out front to Close. Close to the free throw line, now to Thomas left wing. Top of the key, Close. Close left the lane all the way to the hole. Laid it up, won't go. Spun it right off the back iron, and the rebound taken down by Zurich. Gets it up the floor to McGee on the run, and a tie ball game at 59. McGee between the circles to Chaplin. Now back to McGee. Gets it off to Zurich. Left of the lane, back to McGee. Top of the key on the right wing, Chaplin. Dumps it off to Zarnecki underneath the bucket in the right of the lane. Put it up, it won't go, but he's fouled on Devin Young as he caught him in the air and came down on top of it. 6:07 to go, and on Devin, that will be his third personal foul. That's 6 on the line, so both teams are going to be in the bonus the rest of the game. Line right, Zarnecki. Puts up the first one, missed it off the side iron, shooting 2. So now he'll try to give Rose the lead by a point with the second free throw. He's 1 for 3 from the line this afternoon. Put that one up from line right, good. Zarnecki with 6. Gives Rose the lead, 60-59, as we've hit the 6-minute mark of the ballgame. With it is Metters on the right-hand side to Brady Thomas. Bounce pass underneath to Devin Young, right of the lane, down on the baseline. Devin Young backing in against Zarnecki. Kicks it out top of the key to Thomas, left of the lane. Thomas back out top of the key to Thompson. Right wing Devin Young pulls up right elbow for the 15-footer. No good, and Craig McGee got the rebound. McGee has got 7 rebounds here this afternoon. Up the floor, Lake for the three-pointer. Right wing, no good. Zurich got the rebound, back up and in. Zurich has got 9 off the bench, and that is where Rose has really hurt the Lions this afternoon. They're down by 3, 62-59, and the Lions will use another timeout with 5:26 remaining to go in the ball game. Your score from the Harrington Center, it's Rose 62, Mount St. Joseph 59 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Minutemen Staffing in Cincinnati has been helping companies large and small meet their production challenges for over 35 years. What makes Minutemen Staffing different? The people. Minutemen Staffing has learned never to take a customer for granted. We feel a sense of honor and humility giving you an opportunity to work. Learn what sets us apart from the other staffing agencies. Minutemen Staffing, located in Fairfield at 6600 Dixie Highway. Minutemen Staffing. Call today, 579-0010. Decided a tattoo you had done isn't for you anymore, but you don't want to go through the long, tedious, and sometimes painful removal process? Now you can have it removed using the innovative Pico Way laser technology from Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. They're on the leading edge of tattoo removal. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling 866-219-0672. Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. Lions are being outscored in this ballgame off the bench, 32-0. 32-zip. They forced 17 turnovers and scored 16 points off those turnovers. But because they're not getting any help off the bench, it's all 5 starters that have to put up with everything here in this ballgame. And in the final 5:26, they need some help. Young, Thompson, Metters, Thomas, and Close on the floor for the Mountain, and they get it after the timeout to Devin Young, 20 on the shot clock. Young, top of the key, gets it off to Tanner Close for the three-pointer, spun it in and out, no good, and the rebound taken down by Chaplin.
Lions got the shot they wanted after the timeout. Underneath pass, Zurich with it. Double team, top of the key. It goes to Chaplin for the top of the key. 3, got it. Oh boy, here we go. Chaplin with 14, and now it's a 6-point Rose lead. Lions need a bucket here with more under 5 minutes to go. Young with it, top of the circle. Hands it off to Thomas. Thomas right of the lane. Pulls up from the free throw line for the 15-footer. Got it. Boy, a much-needed basket by the Lions. Thomas has got 15. Now they need a stop. 65-61. Right in the lane is Zurich. Double team. Dribbles out of the double team to the sideline. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Zurich as he pushed off trying to throw the pass away. Zurich with his second personal foul. Offensive foul, so you don't shoot. And now coming back into the ball game is Eli Combs, who is leading the team in scoring along with Max Chaplin with 14, but he's been sitting for a long time. And leaving the ball game is Zurich. 4.5 left to go. Lions down by 4. Metters with it on the left-hand side. Top of the key, Young. Young between the circles now as he steps back on the right wing to Reese Thompson. Thompson goes to Thomas. Thomas dribbles to the free throw line with the left hand. Back to Close, top of the key. Lions got nothing inside right now. Close with it. Hands it off. Now gets it off to Reese Thompson. Top of the circle. Back over to Thomas. Thomas drives inside the lane all the way to the hole. Laid it up, hit the rim. Pulled down by Close. Close back out to Thomas for the left baseline jumper for 3. No. Rebound Devin Young. Young right back up, and it won't go again. Rebound tapped out front, comes to Thompson. Back over right wing to Metters. Boy, the Lions have had 3 opportunities at the bucket and couldn't get any of them to fall, but they got the ball back down by 4. With it is Thomas, and Thomas is going to be fouled on the play, heading to the bucket. So Brady Thomas will go line left, shooting 1-1. Boy, the Lions just crashed the boards, and everything came up Lions on those rebounds. 65-61, Thomas line left. Brady with 15 this afternoon. Eyes it, spins it, shoots it, got it. Brady with 16 in the ball game. And it's 65-62, 3:41 left to go in the game. Thomas the second one, spins it, shoots it again, got it again. He's got 17 in the ball game. 65-63. Rose with the lead in the ball. McGee the other way from left to right. Guarded by Thomas. Top of the key, Zarnecki. Hands it off to Lake. Lake between the circles. On the left-hand side to Chaplin. Chaplin looking down low to Zarnecki. Feeds it back out front to Lake. Now right wing to McGee. McGee gets it off underneath to Combs. Combs got the ball knocked free, but got it back. Right wing to McGee. On the left baseline, it goes to Chaplin. Shut off by Thompson. And they're going to call a foul on Thompson. Wow. So the foul on Reese Thompson, that is his second, and it puts the Mount over the limit, and going line right will be Chaplin. That's one of those fouls that you'd call when you're trying to get control of the game early, not towards the end of the game to make a difference. Line right, Chaplin. Eyes it. Shoots the front end of the 1-1. Missed it. Rebound, Devin Young. Lions with a chance to tie or take the lead here in this possession. Young with 3:05 to go in the ball game. Down by 2. Gets it off to Metters. Metters hands it off to Brady Thomas to the free throw line. Step back. 17-footer by Brady. Crawled it in. 19 in the ball game. We're knotted up again at 65. Lions have erased a 6-point deficit. Sideline right is Chaplin. Top of the key, Zarnecki. Left side, Lake. Underneath pass goes to Combs into the lane. Lost the handle, but he's fouled on the play. And going line right will be Combs, and the foul will be on Devin Young. And that will be his 4th. So going line right will be Eli Combs. He's shooting 65% from the stripe this year with 14 today. 12 of them came in the first half. Shoots it, got it. He's got 15. Now he'll get the bonus. Gives Rose the lead again at 66-65. Second one by Combs is good again. He's got 16 in the ball game, and now it's a 2-point Rose lead. Chaplin will leave the ball game And back into the contest is Callahan for Rose. They lead it by 2. On the sideline right is Tanner Close. Gets it off. Back to Young. Young's going to dribble right baseline. Back out front to Close right wing. Close with it. Gets it back off to Devin Young. Young with it. Now gets it back off to Brady Thomas on the right side. Over to Tanner Close. Right baseline 3 right. Tanner got it! Close has got 21. Lions have regained the lead at 68-67. 2:12 to go. The other way, McGee threw it over the head of Lake and out of bounds. 2:09 to go in the ball game. It's a 68-67 Mount lead. And Thomas will bring it across from left to right, right to left. Thomas into the front court. He's going to hold it up in front of the scorer's table. That's 18 turnovers tonight on Rose. Boy, if the Lions can pull this thing out with no bench scoring whatsoever, it'll be amazing. Thomas with it, left side, 10 on the shot clock, 1:50 on the game clock. Thomas lost the handle, shut off. Gets a pass over on the right side, and he threw it right by Close and out of bounds. Coming in is Chaplin and leaving is Callahan. That's the 9th turnover of the ball game against the Mount, and that may be a biggie. 1:43 to go, and McGee's going to bring it up. 68-67 Lions, 1.5 minutes to go in this game. McGee guarded by Thomas. McGee sideline left. Dribbles around a pick by Combs, and a foul is going to be called. And that's going to be on Brady Thomas. Thomas with his second, and going line right will be Craig McGee. McGee on the year shooting 58% from the stripe, but he's 2 for 2 from the line today. 1:31 remaining. Line right, McGee put it up and in, and he ties the ball game. He's got 4 in the contest. We're knotted up at 68. That's the 10th tie today. 1:31 left. McGee, the second one for the lead. Got it. McGee with 6. And it's 69-68. Rose with the lead. Devin Young, top of the circle. Hands it off to Brady Thomas to the free throw line. 15-footer, off the front iron, no. Rebound, Craig McGee. McGee has got 8 rebounds in the ball game. They lead it by a point, 1:14 to go. With it, McGee, double team by Close and Thomas. Off on the right side, Lake, now right sideline Combs, back to Lake right wing, out between the circles to McGee. If you think anybody's going to shoot this ball other than Craig McGee, I think you're nuts. With it, McGee, all the way to the line, to the lane, laid it up, won't go. Rebound, though, comes down into the hands of Zarnecki, laid it up and in. Zarnecki's got 8. It's a 3-point Rose lead, and Toby Kerrigan wants a timeout, but before he does that, he wants to really gripe at the official. 47.9 seconds to go in the ball game. Your score: Rose-Hulman 71, Mount St. Joseph 68 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
At Mount St. Joseph University, our mission is to provide students with an affordable, world-class education in a safe, comfortable, private school setting. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com, or call them today at 513-748-1538.
And while we've got this opportunity, just saw this on Twitter, that today is Mount St. Joseph football coach's Tyler Hopperton's wife's birthday. So happy birthday to her. 47.9 seconds to go in the ball game, and the Lions are down on the scoreboard 71-68. Boy, this one has been a good one. But the Lions, without any bench scoring here this afternoon, boy, when you look at the totals of that at the end of the game, really something to be concerned about. 40-0, Rose has outscored the Lions off the bench here today. Reese Thompson will put the ball in play. Toby Kerrigan's got one timeout left. That's a 30. 24 on the shot clock. Inbounds pass made to Thomas. Thomas with it right wing. Gets it off top of the key to Metters. On the left wing, Reese Thompson. Thompson, top of the key, Young for the three. Missed it. Rebound out of bounds, and it'll go back to Rose. Boy, it looked like he got hit on the arm on the shot, but no foul was called. Coming in will be Terry Hicks. Hicks checks in and leaving is Callahan. Lions, there's a 6.1 second differential between game clock and shot clock. But they need defense right here. McGee's going to eat up some of the clock, bringing it across the timeline, and he does. 20 seconds to go. 25 on the game clock. With it on the right side, Combs. Combs with it right of the circle, trying to get it to McGee. Gets it back outside to Lake. Lake with it, now between the circles to Hicks. Hicks gets it back to McGee. 6 on the shot clock. McGee, top of the circle, right of the lane. Gets it back to Hicks. Long three by Hicks. Got it. Wow. Oh, wow. Hicks drilled the three. He's got 5. It's a 6-point lead. Thomas, top of the key, dribbled it off his foot. Ball loose on the floor. That's your ball game. What a way for this one to end, as Hicks hit the three at the shot clock was expiring, and Rose wins it by a final score here this afternoon of 74-68 here at the Harrington Center. I'm Dave Mitchell. We're back to wrap things up from the Harrington Center on this doubleheader Saturday after this timeout.
Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we're on a mission to make sure every single student succeeds in their career. With one teacher for every 11 students, our world-class professors and career counselors will ensure that you not only graduate, but get placed in the career you dreamed of. In fact, 98% of our undergraduates and 100% of our graduate students are working in their field within 6 months of graduation. Discover your potential. Discover the Mount at msj.edu/admissions.
Well, a disappointing loss here this afternoon for the Mount St. Joseph Lions as they fall by a final score of 74-68. But in all realism, all you got to do is look at one stat here today, and that was the bench points. The Lions got no bench points this afternoon, while Rose-Hulman had 40 in the ballgame. They outscored the Lions 40-0 off the bench, and Rose ups their season mark to 7-6 overall. They are 4-2 in Heartland Conference play, while the Lions now drop to 3-10, and they are 1-5 in the Heartland Conference. I'll be back to wrap things up from the Harrington Center when we return right after these timeouts.
Minutemen Staffing wants you. Currently, Minutemen has more positions than workers. Are you in need of work? Maybe a change in direction? Were you laid off and need money to tide you over? Minutemen can help you out. In most cases, on a temporary to permanent work assignment. Many companies have realized the advantages of hiring all their workers through Minutemen Staffing. If you have warehouse, forklift, welding, general labor, or any other kind of industry experience, give Minutemen a call at 513-579-0010 or stop in at 6600 Dixie Highway in Fairfield to fill out an application. We'll put you to work within 24 hours. We go the extra mile to make sure your new position will be the right one. That's what separates Minutemen Staffing from the rest. With more than 35 years experience in the area, Minutemen Staffing can turn your life around. We're proud that we're helping put Cincinnati back to work. Minutemen Staffing, located in Fairfield at 6600 Dixie Highway. Minutemen Staffing, call today at 579-0010. Minutemen Staffing is an equal opportunity employer.
At Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers, we utilize ink analytics, our plastic surgeon-developed diagnostics. Our exclusive ink analytics system lets us measure your tattoo against more than 60,000 treatments completed by our team, revealing Viewing over 40 unique factors about your skin and tattoo, Ink Analytics is able to predict the number of treatments you'll need to remove your ink, taking the guesswork out of tattoo removal. Because we're so confident in Ink Analytics, we guarantee our results, which means if your ink is gone before 8 treatments, we will prorate and give you money back. And if your ink is not gone in 8 treatments, we'll continue to treat you at no cost for up to a year. That's the Invisible Ink Guarantee.
Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers works with integrity. Using the innovative Pico Way laser technology, Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers is on the leading edge. Located in Greater Cincinnati at 119 Fairfield Avenue in Bellevue, Kentucky. Schedule a free consultation today by calling them at 866-219-0672.
Well, you can't lie about this one. This one hurts for the Lions because they had Rose-Hulman on the ropes a couple of times, and Terry Hicks with the three-pointer right at the end of the game as the shot clock was expiring. They had done what they had to do, and that was play good defense late in the ball game. And Terry Hicks really hit the dagger at the end of the ball game. And that is what propelled Rose-Hulman to the win here this afternoon, 74-68. Tanner Close led the way for the Lions with 21 points in the ballgame on 8 of 14 from the field. Devin Young had 20 on 7 of 16 from the field. He also grabbed 6 rebounds in the ballgame. Brady Thomas added 19, Reese Thompson 6, and Peyton Metters 2. But off the bench, Joel Day, Cedric Woods, David Lewis, and Avery Paddock did not score in the ballgame. As far as Rose-Hulman is concerned, they had stretched out scoring all throughout the game, but that helps when their head coach Rusty Lloyd got upset at their starting lineup early in the ballgame and basically went with his bench for the first 7 minutes of this contest. Eli Combs led the way with 16 points, but he had only 4 in the second half. Max Chaplin had 14 points in the ballgame, and Chaplin only had 3 in the second half. Vuk Zurich had 9 points. John Zarnecki had 8. Michael Lake 7. Craig McGee 6, which was 12 under his season average. Terry Hicks 5 points, but that three-pointer at the end of the ballgame was the most important of his 5. Trey Wirtz had 4. Sam Ram in the first half had 3. Zach Callahan 2. And Jacob Back started the ballgame, but he did not score in the contest. As far as your team stats are concerned, the Lions shot 24 of 53 from the field for 45% in the ballgame. They were 8 of 23 from the three-point mark for 35%, and they shot a perfect 12 of 12 from the line for 100%. They committed 10 turnovers, leading to 14 points for Rose-Hulman. They grabbed 18 rebounds in the ballgame, but only 3 were offensive. As far as Rose was concerned, they shot 57% from the field on 28 of 49, 10 of 18 from three-point range for 56%, and 73% from the line on 8 of 11. They committed 19 turnovers, which led to 18 Mount St. Joseph points. They grabbed 33 rebounds, 15 more than the Lions did, and 8 of them were offensive, 5 more than the Lions had this afternoon. When it was all said and done, the Lions had lost the ball game by a final score of 74-68. Lions now 3-10 overall, 1-5 in conference play. Rose-Hulman, they are 7-6, and they are 4-2, in conference play. And boy, I'll tell you what, Rose-Hulman, this may not have been the best game that they played all year, but they showed a lot of guts coming in here this afternoon and winning this basketball game, same as the Lions did. They will be home for Anderson on Wednesday night at 7:30. Lions come back here to end their 3-game homestand at the Harrington Center on Wednesday night against Franklin. Franklin all alone in first place now in the Heartland Conference after they beat Anderson this afternoon. And the Grizz will come into Wednesday night's game, 7:30 tip-off. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 7 o'clock, so be sure you join us then here on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Our thanks to Dr. James Williams for allowing us permission to broadcast these games this afternoon, Blake Watson, the Sports Information Director, and his staff, to Steve Radcliffe, the Athletic Director, to Greg Mitchell for helping us produce this afternoon's program, to all of the sponsors for allowing us the opportunity to do this for you, but most of all, our thanks go out to you for listening here this evening. Once again, your final score in game number 2 of our doubleheader today, it was Rose-Hulman 74, Mount St. Joseph 68. Until Wednesday night here from the Harrington Center against Franklin, I'm Dave Mitchell. Have a good night, everybody.
You've been listening to an UltimateSportsTalk.com presentation of Mount St. Joseph University College basketball. This game has been brought to you by Invisible Ink Tattoo Removers. Call 866-219-0672. And in part by the Mount St. Joseph University. Iron sharpens iron. Call now at 513-383-9773. Minutemen Staffing in Cincinnati. Call 513-579-0010. And the Wishbone Tavern on Delhi Avenue. Join us next time for Mount St. Joseph Lions Sports. This has been an Ultimate Sports Talk Internet radio presentation.